Alright, so the new trailer and release date of Persona 4 Rewind has just been revealed, and we can now purchase it. I want to show off the trailer first, and then I want to talk about it.
You ever heard of the Midnight Channel?
Domino might have been on that Midnight Channel before she died too.
Wait! Whoa! Now where are we?
Whoa.
Feels like we're someplace totally different. Watch out!
Now then, whatever's going on here, we're getting to the bottom of it.
To wield a persona is to wield direct control of one's heart. And the heart is strengthened through bonds.
Doesn't it sound cool?
Someone had to see that. I'm glad it was you.
Was that supposed to be him?
Good times never seem to last long, do they?
I hate you, sneaky, stupid bully jerk! I can't wait!
So, shall we?
Really? So neat!
Come on, don't call me that.
All shadows were originally born from humans.
Well, then that means Senpai got killed by her other self.
No! Get out of here! Don't look at me!
Does that mean you're just gonna stuff me back in your head and pretend I'm not Ria?
I can't!
Alright, which means that we also gotta catch whoever's tossing people in here.
I think I'd like to help too. I'm not running away from this.
Well, but I have no problem taking down shadows. It's over!
So yeah, I'll be counting on you, partner. Then let's team up and catch this jerk.
Let's end it! Here! Go! Persona!
Alright, stop. I have so many questions!
Alright, so the trailer actually opens up, and it's clear to anyone they are not making a remake of Persona 4. It is a remake of Persona 4 Golden. The clear evidence of this is Maria. She was not in the original, but she was in the Golden Edition. It was like the new content they added, a brand new social link. You had Maria as a new character. So, what I've heard from the trailer is almost as if it is a bit odd on some of the voices. They don't have their usual charm from the Golden Edition.
Doesn't it sound cool?
Is it good? Really?
Someone had to see that. I'm glad it was you. But looking at it now, it's a nice town.
Was that supposed to be him? So, let's have some steak! I hate you, sneaky, stupid bully jerk! Of course I remember you, stupid jerk-faced twerp. Really? So neat!
Hi, my name's Rise Kujikawa.
Come on, don't call me that. Sorry for barging in like this. I thought it'd be a good place.
All shadows were originally born from humans.
I almost got thrown in the trash a couple times.
The Golden Edition was basically an improved version of the original Persona 4, and many of the same voice actors carried over, but the main point was it did feel like an upgrade. When they decided to change out the voices for Persona 4, I understood the decision, but it does feel almost as if some of these voice lines aren't actually resonating well. But some of these voice lines from the trailer, I'm not really being hurt that the delivery is all too well for the characters. But it might be because I played Golden so many times that those voices are like attached to the game. But I think the main thing I'm concerned about is its execution. I do like the voice for Yuna Akami. I hope he doesn't speak too much because in the original he really didn't speak at all, except when he was summoning his persona. So you don't want to go too off script unless you can properly execute that well. Now you have the fishing minigame, that's back! Oh boy, I have done the fishing minigame so many times. I do believe it was like one of my pet peeves when I first started, but yeah, when you get the hang of it, it just clicks and it's cool as well. It doesn't seem like they've actually changed much of any of it. They might have redecorated the entire style, but they didn't really do anything to change how it plays out. You know what? If it works, it works. No need to change what's not broken, you know? Now the menu system, just like in Persona 3 Reloaded, has gone through to a major redone. It has this more colorful style to it, and as you flip through the menus. In the original Persona 4 Golden, the menu kind of acted in a way where it's like it was a TV channel, like how you would flip in the menu system. Similar to that, it doesn't look like they've decided to go with that kind of direction. They might have chosen something else, but you have the colorful style of the yellow and blue to represent the sunny days. I wonder if they're going to have a contrast when it's foggy or rainy, that the menu will change in that kind of style to reflect the day you play on. It is an interesting idea. As for the menu, I can't say too much because we didn't really get too much to see from it, so I'm not going to make my final judgments until the game comes out. And yes, I will be making a video about Persona 4 Rewind. Persona 4 Golden was one of my favorite games ever made, and I really love playing that game once in a while. I come back to it and I've finished the game 4 times. Now, the environments have been improved. They've added new locations like karaoke, so you can do that with your friends and stuff. Gardening is back. In the original Persona 4 Golden, gardening was just a small location where you could get fruits and vegetables. Some might be useful for quests. Others might be very useful for items you can give to your teammates for health, energy, SP, whatever you want. I wonder if they'll add anything new or interesting to the gardening mechanics, or is it just a reskin? I think we should talk about a little bit more of the voice acting. The original Persona 4 Golden's voice acting was spectacular. Standouts like Rise and Kanji and Chie's and Yukiko's Aurora voices were incredibly delivered, and when those moments came, you were impressed just by the delivery itself. And so the new voice actors kind of have some big shoes to fill, not to copy what they've done, but overall to give these characters a certain charm that must be there. It doesn't matter if they are trying to be like the original voice actors from Golden, or if they want to do their own thing because they want to carve their own name out. It all depends on the delivery and the execution and the charm they give these characters. And I think a lot of people will say, well, you have to give them a chance. This is a remake. You're paying money for a remake. This should be under expectations. You're buying a game and they already have so much in the wake of security. Remakes aren't just done so they can introduce new people into the franchise and so they can outright guarantee profits. If you just had this for the fans alone and no new players would come in, that would be bad, but it would still make enough money because the fan base is there. So what I say is your expectations for these voice actors should be high, because there should be a certain level of delivery and quality you should expect that you got from the old games. So there does seem like there are new scenes to the game, and certain cutscenes have been replaced with these 3D animations. Now, if you don't know, drawing actual anime style visuals for a game can take a long time. It can be a bit time consuming and stressful, and if anything goes wrong, it might even need to be redone. So 3D makes complete sense, but I'm not a fan of it. The original cutscenes from Persona 4 Golden was still impressive to this day. I do feel, however, that some of these cutscenes they make it feel a little bit over dramatic, or it just feels odd, but I'll have to play the game to see whether or not if it is. The execution is everything. It just looks a little bit ridiculous from the trailer. I'm a bit worried, but I'm still excited. Now, the combat in Persona 4, we got some good stylistic review. It looks impressive. You get like this similar thing from Persona 4 Golden. You have a baton pass. Baton pass didn't actually exist in Persona 4, the original. That was introduced in Persona 5. What you actually had in the original, one of your teammates would ask whether or not if you wanted them to assist. It's a bit interesting on how they did this. Baton pass makes sense. I just thought they would do a different kind of style, like in 3. Perhaps I was just a little disappointed. It does seem like there's a dodge mechanic, but I'm not entirely sure if I saw that right. Now, this actually caught my interest. It says 4 more. This might be due to the baton pass, but I have no idea what 4 more means. And as we see, we have attack, persona, guard, item, and assist. The menu from Persona 4 is gone. It seems like for this they've decided to have a dial. It makes sense. You want to have the modern system upgraded, but I don't know how I can feel about the small dial. It does look stylistic. Now, we have revealed on characters' ultimates. In Persona 4 Golden, this was not a thing. What you had in Golden was, when a certain point of the battle came about, two of your teammates come together and use an ultimate attack that would finish off the enemy. Think of it like an all-out attack, but only with two people. This is probably Persona 3's Reload's theurgy, but now in Persona 4. It's kind of like Supers in Persona 5 Phantom X. It does look cool, but I'm a bit concerned that these will be a little bit overpowered. In Persona 3 Reload, theurgy was like a bit too overpowered, like they didn't balance it correctly. Some of the theurgy in the game is like so strong, it made even the hardest difficulty, which I played on, trivial. I played Persona 3 Reload on the hardest difficulty because I knew the Persona series and the mechanics so well that I could beat the game on the hardest difficulty. The experience that I've gained over the years, theurgy made the game so easy that I even one-shotted the final boss's final form with my last theurgy attack. I think theurgy was just overpowered, and if they don't balance it in 4, I feel as if it might just be too easy to go through this game. So all our attacks are back, and it seems like they're trying to be as faithful as possible to the original. So in the original all-out attack, which they had in the original Persona 4, they would have a big smoke screen, and all your characters would just jump on in and start attacking, and it would do massive damage depending on how many party members you had. It seems like they kept the same smoke screen, but they've added a little bit more stylistic charm to it, so your characters are now performing a little bit more of flashy moves. Seems cool. The game, Persona 4 Rewind, experienced the next level with the Digital Premium Edition. Features base game along with add-ons, dress, encounters, journeys, and enema. So, Atlus been kind of having some issues when it comes to their DLCs. DLCs wise, it's mostly cosmetics, music, and all that other stuff, but they charge top dollar for all this stuff. They're not just giving you these items, they're just putting a price market on it. It's not as bad as other companies, but it doesn't make me happy seeing them. I still remember Persona 3 Reloaded, where I heard that they weren't going to make a DLC to the answer. So they already asked for $100 for the Ultimate Edition, which I did pay for, and then a few months later they revealed, oh, we did make a DLC to the answer, and they couldn't wait a year before revealing it. They had to actually reveal it in the same year as Persona 3 Reload's release. It felt a little bit frustrating to see that, because not only did I pay top dollar for what it said, all DLC, they decided to wait and then reveal it later and charge you $34 for what you've already paid for on top. For anyone who bought the Ultimate Edition, that felt like a slap in the face. They could have either delayed that and it wouldn't have caused as much backlash, or they could have announced it before the game released that it was in development, so people would expect it. Still not happy on the fact that there's so much DLC jacking up the prices. You only get all this in Persona 3 Reloaded and Persona 5 Royal. In Persona 5 Royal, they had more costumes. Yeah, you had to pay for them, but they were outfits from other Persona series, from other Persona games, and from other Atlus games. I don't know, it just feels like you're lacking on content here. It really doesn't feel like the Premium Edition is coming with anything actually good. They don't even have an opera, nor a soundtrack of Persona 4. I just was disappointed a little bit of the trailer, and that's not because I think it's bad. It's because I love Persona 4 Golden so much that it felt like anything was going to feel like a downgrade if it didn't look close to what you had in Golden. Golden is already so good that you actually don't need a remake of it, but if you're gonna do one, let's see what you can do. Again, I'm still excited. I'm gonna buy it. I want to play it. I'm gonna make videos of it, but man, does it feel like I'm a bit concerned about how it will play out. I don't want this to be bad. I want it to be better than Persona 4 Golden. I still love playing Persona 3 Loaded. I still enjoy playing Persona 5 Royal. I somewhat tolerate Persona 5 Phantom X existence. I just want it to be the best it can be. Well, thanks for watching. It's gonna be a bit annoying to edit, of course, but I can't wait. Approximately 8 months. I'll see you then. Oh, and by the way, the dispatch video is on its way. It's just taking more time than I expected. Life gets in the way, and I'm still working a job, so editing everything myself is time consuming. Alright, bye.